Hello everyone, welcome back to another Raid Shadow Legends video. Today I'm going to be walking you through how I go about upgrading one of my dungeon teams. My Fire Knight team needs to be upgraded because I have the Marius missions coming up for me to clear hard 10 and I'm currently only clearing 5-6, so today will be a day of trying to go upgrade that and see if we can get it to hard 10. Firstly, however, Aishma is currently a guaranteed champion, and if we have a look at my fusion components for Mikage, I'm missing Aishma and Delaja, so I will be going for her. I thought I might as well just get the 10 pulls on camera, so we'll get straight into it. Of course, expecting nothing here. We're off a 2x, so really not expecting anything. Phsylax is a pretty bad champion. Adriel, not much to talk about with her. Going to the next temple. Again, we're just doing this just to guarantee Aishma, which only means I will be then missing Delaja, which is very exciting. I mean, it would be great if I could pull her in these pools. Rector Draft is actually great. I don't have a Rector Draft, so this is going extremely well. She'll be a great pickup for some of my Hydra teams. A perfect Veil champion, finally, which gives me so much more flexibility in terms of Hydra. So very happy with that pool. And I believe I will double check. One more 10 pull to go here, pulling down to 92 Ancient Shards. Pretty sad to see my stash dip underneath 100, but that's to be expected. Deacon Armstrong is another great pickup. Yeah, and there's the Aishma on the final one. So, all good. Deacon, Rector, great pickups all around. Very happy with that. And that will leave me one champion away from Lady Mikage, Delaja. Hopefully, I can get her soon. Anyway, that's enough of that. Not the point of this video. But the point of this video is to kind of go through how I go around upgrading a dungeon team. Because upgrading dungeon teams can be a bit daunting. You can feel a bit stuck on what to do. So there's a couple things that I like to do to really know what to do and how to upgrade it. So this is my team currently. That is not currently my team. I will show you guys my current team here. This is my Fire Knight Hard 6 team. As you can see, I'm running Yumiko, Newt, Ashnar, Lanathril, which is the ally attacker, and then I am also running Lamassu in the lead here for the speed aura. So this team works probably 95% of the time. It's not speed tuned or anything. It's really nothing special. I'm just trying to go as fast as possible and get the ally attack in, get Newt in to decrease the turn meter, and hopefully that gets me through the run. So as you can see though, I have cleared up to stage 8 before, which I did have to do for previous Marius missions. However, that team had to draw all the best gear from my account, and it was a full manual team, so I had no interest in trying to keep that team. So I'm currently running stage 6. Now, I do need to be pushing up to stage 10. As I touched on earlier, the Marius missions eventually ask you to clear stage 10 of every hard dungeon, and Fire Knight, here it is. So it's upcoming, so I thought I would get on top of it, especially now that I pulled a Farrakhan the Fat in my previous pull video. So I did some planning, and this is the team I put together in order to try tackle it. I will bring it up here. It is this Fire Knight Hard 10 team here. So this is the team I ended up coming up with. I'm not sure if it's going to work. I haven't tested it yet, but hopefully it does. Firstly though, I'll run through you guys how I decided to build this team, and there's a couple resources that I used. The first resource I decided to use here, and I've got it up on screen, is the Hell Hades Optimizer. And as you can see, I'm using the Team Optimizer. So if you don't know what the Team Optimizer is, it's a great resource that Hell Hades used. You have to pay to use it. However, it's pretty cheap and it's incredibly good value. So if you go Team Optimizer, you can basically click on any content in the game. And then, so for example, I'm looking at Fire Knight Hard 10. So I go Fire Knight, I go Option Hard, I go Stage 10. And there's two things that you can do. So you can go find team, which is an incredibly cool resource here. And this can just give you ideas on what teams to look for. So as you can see here, it's found all the teams and it's sorted them by the best average run duration. You can see a lot of turtle teams here just because with all the ally attacks, they're great. And if I scroll down a bit, you can see all the other teams that people are using to try and beat it. So this is a great resource if you're stuck on what teams to use in how to progress. This can be a great resource. I'll show you guys another dungeon here. So for example, if I wanted to go dragon, I could go hard 10 again, find team, and it would show me the best hard 10 clears on the account. I wouldn't trust this one. I'm not sure if Phsylax can full clear it all, but you keep scrolling down and you can see what people are using, and it's just a great resource to try and provide you with ideas on how to go about building a team. Once you do that, you can actually copy that team over, or you can just set in your own stats. So for example, if I wanted to build this team, for example, here, I can say I can go view team, so I can investigate it a bit more, see what stats everyone's running. And then I can add to the Team Optimizer, and that's got it up here. And then when I go, for example, go look at Lamassu, and I want to say I want to build it in a balance mode, for example, stats, it actually shows the copy team stats. So you can really aim for the stats that they've got and you know will work in this. Of course, you can also do it without copying those team stats over, which is what I was doing for my Fire Knight team. Another resource I would use if you're in Discord, if you're in a clan, is just speak to your fellow clan members, because I'm sure they will have plenty of ideas and they will be willing to help you build your team. So speak to them. Of course, I got given the turtle team suggestion, which is great. I don't think I have the gear on my account to make the turtle team work, which is why I'm not going with it. But your clan can be a great resource. And a final resource I would really recommend using is YouTube, just because there's so many videos out there of fellow content creators going through and making teams for specific dungeons. So for me, I needed a team with a single newt in it. So I went online, I went onto my YouTube channel and I searched up Fire Knight Hard 10 single newt teams and just started browsing through the videos and seeing if I could get any ideas. And I actually did come across a video which I used as the main basis for building my team. This is the video on YouTube that I found that really helped me build my team. So big shout out to WildMax1 here from Raid Shadow Legends. I'm sure he's got plenty of other great content, but he goes through a very in detail to a kind of tutorial with suggestions on how you can go around building your champions. So he goes through and looks at counters here. He also goes through and looked at team options, but I had a look at his team and I based my team basically off this. As you can see, it's running a very, very similar team to what I'm doing, and I use this as a basis to try put my team together. So again, those three resources, the Hell Hades optimizer, YouTube videos, and then fellow clan people, or just people you know that play Raid Shadow Legends, because I'm sure they will help you build your team together. So from then, I went back to the optimizer and I put in the stats that I wanted for all my characters in order to try build it. As you can see here, So jumping back into my account now, as you can see, I've got the team here. I need to put the builds on. So I saved them as champion specific builds. So for example, if I go to my newt, if I go filter, preset manager, I've got a nice build here called Fire Knight Hard 10 down the bottom. But I know I don't have the gear on my account to have newt sitting in a specific preset like this, or a build that doesn't draw from all the gear on my account, because I don't have that much great gear on my account. In order to build my newt at the speed that I wanted to, which was around 270, 280, I knew he had to be drawing from the best gear, which is why, especially with the free gear removal, you can do these types of things where you can have a specific build which enables you to tackle content you wouldn't be able to do without the free gear removal. So I'll quickly go through all my champions now. I'll chuck on the gear and then we will go test it out and see if it works. Alright, so I've just gone through and put the builds on everyone. As you can see, my Farrakhan and my Neldor aren't booked and they actually aren't max level yet. I've been waiting for CVC to book them and they do not have masteries on. So again, this run could completely fail. I haven't tested it yet, but I just thought I'd get in. Again, this is not meant to be how to build a hard 10 Fire Knight team. This is how you go about improving your dungeon teams. I'm just showing you with my hard 10 Fire Knight team because that's what I need to build at the moment. So please don't come telling me that you don't have a newt, so this is impossible for you to do. Again, it's just meant to be how to build dungeon teams, not a hard Fire Knight 10 team. I will also notice, just quickly, that the Great Hall bonuses here, the area bonuses can be really clutch. For example, I've put in 20 speed here into Fire Knight's Castle just because speed is such an important skill, and that's really helped me meet the build requirements. Accuracy might be another option if you're struggling to meet build requirements. Anyway, I'll get in. This Dark Elves team was from the Prism event we had, which is why it keeps popping up. I haven't done a run since. We'll do a non-super raid. We'll see how this goes. Again, I haven't run this before. I didn't set any presets either, which means I'm gonna have to manual this because I'm not a future thinker. So I'll see if I can get through the waves and then I will get back to you guys. Alright, as you can see, I'm just about to finish clearing the first wave here. I've had to manual it because I didn't set presets, but we just got through. Neldor got hit once, and as you can see, he's incredibly squishy at the moment, and I don't have any heals on this team. So I'm going to have to be very careful going through this next level here, and hopefully I'll make it through, and I'll catch you guys on the other side, fingers crossed. As you can see, I've nearly made it to the end of this level. It was very touch and go a couple times. Yeah, really just lacking damage. Of course, I don't have a specific wave clear in this team, so Newt's having to do most of the heavy lifting here. And again, building him at this quick speed that I've had to for the Fire Knight has just meant I'm missing some statistics on him just overall for his damage. He doesn't do that much damage. So just this final Cupidus, I believe it is here, and we are on to the Fire Knight. So this is where the real test is going to be, opening up here with Lanathral's A3. Trying to make my way through the boss's shield, and then here we're going to go back and reset Lanathral. Then we go another ally attack here from Farrakhan. Go in once again. I don't have any Phantom Touch on this team either, and then Newt here is going to open up with his A3. Get a bit of damage off. And now here, we're going to go with the A1 from Neldor. Decrease a little bit of turn meter. And then we've got an ally attack once again here, trying to drop even more turn meter on the boss. Got him back to around at half. And then here comes the decreased speed from Lamassu. And now it's going to be a job of, can we cycle back and keep the boss's turn meter down here? With the A1s coming out from Newt, of course. A1 here from Lanathril. We're just going to have to keep A1ing here with our friend Neldor. It's going to be pretty touch and go if Neldor doesn't hit any freezes, I think. Back around to Newt here on his A1. It's going to be very close, I think. See if we can hit any freezes. No freezes, unfortunately. Are we gonna? I don't think we're gonna get through in time. Oh, we just did. In the nick of time, Newt has got a turn here. As you can see, it's getting very close to if we're gonna get any. None. I'm gonna reset Lanathril again. So reset. Another ally attack coming in. It's gonna be touch and go. I'll fight the rest of this out manually, and I'll get back to you guys hopefully when it's succeeded. But I guess you'll find out. All right. The Fire Knight is nearly down. I've manualed my way through all of this, partly because I forgot to set presets, which was a bit unfortunate, but as you can see here, Soul Reap comes out, Fire Knight stage 10 is down, Newt doing the harder carry with 5 million damage, and Lamassu also pitching in a fair bit. I will note that Lanathril and Neldor and Farrakhan, none of them have masteries, so none of them have War Master, and as you can see, Farrakhan and Neldor don't have any, aren't max level, so lots to improve on still. Farrakhan isn't booked, which is especially bad because his ally attack is on a 6-turn cooldown, and Neldor was also weak affinity into this level, which meant he kept weak hitting on the boss, and his A1's also not booked in terms of being 100%. As you can see here, I'll go quickly show you. His A1 is only looking at a 30% chance, and then that was also a 50% chance of this weak hitting. So pretty low. We're going to go and have an attempt now at stage 10. Fire Knight is a lot quicker at this stage, but hopefully Neldor doesn't weak hit as much and we are able to get it across the line. I still have some glyphs I can play with, and of course all the booking yet to come. I'm waiting for CBC, but I will actually set up, I'll quickly go set up the team setup here, just to go through. Basically, I'm happy for, I wanted to always open with this, and then we'll go, sorry, open, don't use. This is for, actually, I'll set the team setup and then I'll show you guys what I've done. Alright, so I've just gone through and done the team settings here. Lamassu is looking like she's just going to open with her A2 for both rounds and then not use it. And then I've got Icon of Domination, which is the reset, open for the first one. And then I've got her not using it in the second round, so she's got it first priority for that round. Lanathril, I've got his A2 turned off for the final one, opens up with his ally attack. I've got him to use his ally attack first up, then don't use. And then same thing with round one. Farrakhan set up the exact same way. And then Neldor is set up just to only use his A1 on the boss fight, otherwise nothing else. And then Newt is set up to always go first priority for his A2 in the rounds. I'm going to turn this off. And then he's going to open with his Blessed Bash here in the boss fight. And I've done a manually override it if it looks like I need to A1 again. And then otherwise he's going to open with the Blessed Bash. He's going to actually, no, that's fine to open with the Blessed Bash and then don't use. So that's how it's looking. I'll get straight into it now, and hopefully it goes well. We'll see how it goes. Again, the waves are probably going to take a fair bit to clear, so I will clear these waves slowly, and I will get back to you guys once I'm making my way through it. So it's been 1 minute and 12 seconds now, and as you can see, we're just about to make our way through wave 1. One Venus got off her decreased defense, but apart from that, it's been very smooth sailing. Wave 2, we'll see how this goes. Of course, Lanathril opening up with the ally attack. Freeze is coming out. It's going to be interesting here. It might be very dependent on the True Fears. I might have to manually come in here because the True Fear freeze landed. So again, I'll get back to you guys once I've started working my way through this wave a bit more. Alright, surprisingly, we've managed to make it through the waves here in around 2 minutes 50 seconds. It was pretty touch and go. The Tamizia looked like she was going to get a turn, but fortunately Newt's AI targeted the Tamizia. I was curious to see what she would do, and it all worked out. So happy days. Now on to the boss fight. This will be incredibly interesting to see what happens. Opening up with Lanathral's ally attack. Newt goes in with the A1. Reset does automatically go into Lanathril. I was concerned that wouldn't happen, but fortunately it does here. And now Newt should go with his Blessed Bash, do a bit of damage on the boss here, and then we should get Neldor opening up, and then we get another ally attack here, decreasing the turn meter of the Fire Knight. Alright, I panicked because I panicked for a quick moment there. As you can see, I took it off auto, just because Newt's A1 did not decrease the turn meter of the boss at all significantly. I won't be surprised if this run fails now, is what I'm going to say. A2 comes up. That is unfortunate. Resisted the decreased speed. I'm not sure if it was going to make a difference in the end. Yeah, this run will be called a failure for the moment. That is unfortunate. That is unfortunate. I can have a think about how to make some adjustments to this team. But I will get back to you guys. I'll get back to you guys. It might have worked if Lamassu had landed her decreased speed, but I'm not optimistic. So let me do some more playing around and I'll get back to you guys and see if I can make it work. Alright, as you saw, the run did fail, so I went back off camera. I spent probably half an hour on this trying to see if I could get this team to work, and I've just cranked up the speeds a lot. I've gone basically all survivability out the window. Hopefully I don't get hit on the waves, but we are running incredibly quick speeds now. Lamassu is running at 353, and of course I've still got the area bonus of plus 20. Lanathril is running at 364. I've got Farrakhan running at 336. I've got Neldor, I've taken him off a damage build, he's running at 313. And then my Newt is running at 289. I also made the decision to go into my area bonuses and put him into accuracy to try and decrease that requirement. So this will be my last attempt. If it doesn't work, it's whatever. I clearly just don't have the gear on my account, but I got stage 9, so it's an improvement and it's been worth it. Let's dive right into it and see how we go. Fingers crossed. Again, I will make my way through the waves and then I'll get back to you guys. All right, as you can see, 1 minute and 30 seconds and we should be getting through this, just finishing it off now. Very slow run. We got one Venus that did her AoE decreased defense, but apart from that, we've made it through very smoothly. A bit slower than last time, I believe. I'd probably put that down to all the builds just being about going as quickly as possible. This is the wave that concerns me with these Tamizias, and hopefully it auto-targets all right, but we'll find out, I suppose, and hopefully some freezes go down on them. But we'll see what the auto-targeting will do. I don't want to jump in because I want to make sure it's auto-friendly. So we'll see, and I'll get back to you guys once again, once we've hopefully made our way through this wave. Alright, as you can see, Neldor has just died. Unfortunately, they got a cleanse off on the wave, so I'm going to go back through and I'll run it again, and when I get back to the same spot, I'll let you guys know how it's gone. Alright, you joined me back on my second attempt at this. I will be completely honest, I did do a fair bit of manualing just because it's getting late, and I wanted to just see if this team can actually defeat the boss. So we're about to go get there. We'll see what happens. We'll see if the rebuild has worked. Otherwise, we'll just move on and we'll take the L for the moment. But, you know, that happens sometimes. Sometimes you just don't have the gear to make it work here. I'm actually just reset. Yep, perfect. In we go again. Then we should get, yep, perfect. Blessed Bash. I could probably actually open up with, might not be a bad idea to open up with Newt's A1 there. So here we go. This is where the issues occurred last time. I don't think I'm going to get back around again. Farrakhan goes. Decreased speed is up. Will Neldor go? No. However, I'm going to give this one more attempt. Because I think if I open with Newt's A1, I might get enough turn meter decrease. So we'll go back again. I'm wasting a lot of energy here, which I don't recommend. And we're going to go back. I'm going to try this one more time. We're going to keep that first priority, but we're going to open with the Dwarven Might. I'll get back to the boss fight again, and I'll tell you guys how it goes. Alright, welcome back again, everyone. This is my third attempt now at the Fire Knight Hard 10. As you can see, we're about to get up to the boss fight. Look, sometimes your account's just not capable of doing the content. I mean, this is just basically a video just to go show you guys the process of basically trying to build a new dungeon team. Anyway, here we go. Boss fight. Lanathril opens up with his ally attack here. And then we should get the reset from Lamassu. Perfect. Now, Farrakhan goes here and we go in again. Then we should get the A1 from Neldor. Then the A1 from Newt here. Try and get some turn meter decrease, which we have. Then get another ally attack here from Lanathril coming in. Decrease. And then now we should go A2, which is perfect. And now we'll see if we can keep going around here. Oh, no. Newt needs to be a little bit... Oh, Lanathril needs to be a little bit quicker. We got close, guys. Unfortunately, I don't think my account is quite going to be capable of doing this. Of course, I tried to do this with Lamassu. When the video I was copying was using a Fighty. So Fighty brings that full team reset. Lamassu is only resetting the one champion here, which is Lanathril. So I'm missing out on getting that second ally attack from Farrakhan, which would honestly probably make this work. Again, I'm missing Neldor here, so this isn't going to work. That's going to be the end of this. It was a good effort, but as you can see, it's not quite possible. Maybe if I get Phantom Touch on Farrakhan and Neldor, that might put me in a better spot. Same with Lanathril. So if I see their souls come in, I will definitely pursue that round. Same with Newt. Phantom Touch on Newt could go well, but I like him in Soul Root. Just quickly check if they're actually in the store while I'm here. No, they are not. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys learned something too, because I just wanted to take you guys through my process of building it, just because I know it can be pretty daunting. I always struggled to go through and build a new team. As you can see, we got through Fire Knight Stage 9, couldn't quite get to Hard 10, but I think Hard 10 is just around the corner. If I get everyone mastered up, if I get everyone max level, if I just manage to sneak a bit more speed out of everyone, I think I might be there. Some Phantom Touch, a couple blessings, and I think I should be okay. So there we go. It didn't quite work, but I was happy I gave it an attempt, and I was just curious to test it out. But once again, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any comments or suggestions for other videos, just let me know down below. Let me know your Fire Knight team. Doesn't need to be a Hard 10 team. It can be any Fire Knight team, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.